The billion-dollar disappearance, India's greatest bank fraud. To some, he's known as the king of good times, while others refer him to king of debt. Private jets, lavish parties, luxury lifestyle, a Formula One team. He owned the most glamorous airline in India and lived like a modern-day Maharaja. But behind the glitz and gold, Vijay Mallya was orchestrating what would become India's biggest banking scandal. This is a true story of how one man rose to unimaginable wealth, built a business empire, and then fled India, leaving behind a $1.2 billion debt that shook the nation. Vijay Mallya was born into privilege in 1955, the son of Vijay Mallya, a respected industrialist who chaired United Breweries Group, one of India's top liquor companies. At just 28 years old, Vijay Mallya took over the family business. He expanded it aggressively, turning Kingfisher beer into a household name. Under his leadership, United Breweries became a global player. But Mallya wasn't satisfied with just brewing beer. He had bigger dreams. In 2005, Vijay Mallya launched Kingfisher Airlines, a luxury airline that promised five-star service in the sky. He spared no expense: custom-designed aircraft, free in-flight entertainment, gourmet meals. It was aviation like India had never seen. Kingfisher quickly became a status symbol, but behind the plush leather seats and flashy branding, the airline was bleeding cash. High operating costs, poor management decisions, and a global economic downturn put the company in crisis. To keep the airline afloat, Mallya turned to India's largest banks. From 2009 to 2012, Mallya borrowed over 9,000 Indian rupees crore, roughly $1.2 billion, from a consortium of 17 banks, led by the State Bank of India. Loan after loan was approved, often without adequate collateral. Why? Because Mallya wasn't just any businessman. He was charming, politically connected, and seen as too big to fail. But those loans didn't go into saving the airline. Allegations later revealed that much of the money was misused, diverted into other ventures, or moved offshore. Kingfisher employees went months without pay. Airports grounded flights. And soon the airline collapsed. By 2016, India's enforcement directorate had launched investigations. And just as the heat intensified, Vijay Mallya quietly boarded a flight to London. Within days, the Indian government revoked his passport and began extradition efforts. But the damage was done. Mallya was out of the country and out of reach. The public was outraged. How could a billionaire defraud India's biggest banks and simply walk away? In 2017, India formally requested Mallya's extradition. In 2018, a UK court agreed, declaring that Mallya had misrepresented facts, misused funds, and had a case to answer in India. But Mallya fought back with appeals, delays, and legal challenges. For years, he remained in the UK, living in a mansion, attending horse races, and fighting bankruptcy proceedings. In April 2025, he finally lost a key legal battle. His appeal to overturn a £1 billion bankruptcy ruling was dismissed. But justice still felt far away. For nearly 9 years, Mallya stayed silent, until June 2025. He appeared on a podcast hosted by Raj Shimani, speaking publicly for the first time since his escape. What he said shocked everyone. "I paid 14,000 Indian rupees crore against 6,200 Indian rupees crore in loans," Mallya claimed. "So where's the chore, thief? I am only a fugitive because I left. I am not a criminal. All I want is the assurance of fair trial." Some saw it as an attempt at redemption. Others saw it as a desperate move by a man losing his grip on public sympathy. Why it still matters today. This isn't just a story about one businessman. It's a warning. A reminder of how broken systems and blind trust can allow powerful individuals to escape accountability. Mallya's case exposed loopholes in Indian banking, ignited debates over extradition, and paved the way for copycat frauds like Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. It also forced Indian institutions to question how easily billions can disappear, while the common taxpayer picks up the bill. Vijay Mallya is still a free man, but his name remains on India's most wanted list, and his case is still ongoing. But the question that echoes louder with time is this: was Vijay Mallya a failed businessman, or a mastermind who played the system and got away? If you found this story shocking, eye-opening, or important, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more untold financial crimes, billionaire frauds, and real-world scandals. And let us know in the comments. Do you believe Mallya deserves a second chance? Or should justice finally catch up to him?